good? That's impossible. I made the whole thing up.
Nobody can handle Anne Hathaway's irresistible charm. Here she's got the receipts. Anne Hathaway may have a charm of her own, but she can also become a victim of mistaken identity. On the Graham Norton show, she talks about how she got to meet Daniel Craig once, but she thought he was being a bit rude towards her.
And then Daniel Craig walks in and I'm like, oh my God, I was at the party before Daniel Craig? Like, are you kidding me? This is amazing. And I look up and Daniel Craig is going and he mouths this, hey you. And I'm like, oh my God, I have made it so much that Daniel Craig doesn't even know me and he's messing with me.
That's when she decided to give it back to Mr. James Bond.
So I'm just like, me? You. And so then he goes, f you. I'm just like, no, you. And then he just goes, you. And I go, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Do you want me to turn it up?
But then she realized that Craig was actually talking to one of his friends who was standing behind her.
And then Daniel Craig goes, oh, not you. And I look behind me and Stephen Daldry is doing the rudest things you've ever seen. And I just look up and Daniel Craig and I just pretend we don't know each other.
This was embarrassing for sure, but Anne says the story with so much passion that everyone around her just couldn't control themselves, including Graham Norton himself. One would imagine that a beauty like Anne Hathaway singing to you is like a dream come true. However, one person who does not fit into that crowd is her own son, Johnny. Yes, Anne's own child tells her to shut up whenever she starts singing to him. The craziest part is that she has said this multiple times on multiple talk shows. She went into some detail on the Graham Norton show where she even imitated how her Johnny would tell her,
Mama, no. No, Mama, no. And then, like, I give it a minute and I say, and he goes, Mama, no. Tough crowd.
There's also the Jimmy Kimmel show, where she spoke about the same thing.
He's a what? Sorry, he hates my voice.
Oh, he hates your voice?
He hates my voice.
What, really?
He hates it. I'm not allowed to sing in my own house anymore.
Needless to say, both the hosts lost their minds on hearing this story. Speaking of her little Johnny, here's another story that made not just the host, but the audience in attendance gasp as well. So, this is once again on Jimmy Kimmel Live, where Anne is talking about taking her son to the slide.
So when I get to the top of the slide, and just for any girls in the audience, I'm in a skirt, which was dumb. So anyway, so I pulled the skirt around me and I put Johnny there and we're going down the slide and now the moms are watching and I'm like, okay, here we go. So we go down, but what I hadn't thought about was physics.
Now, she thought it was going to be a smooth experience from start till end, but what she did not consider was the existence of physics. She went with Johnny down the slide, and they sped up to the point where Anne had to unleash one of the most bizarre rear guard poses you will ever see.
We just go around the corner, and instead of slowing down like the other kids, we speed up.
Yeah, you're going like...
So I'm holding Johnny like this, and it starts to go so fast. So I shoot off the slide with Johnny and I go,
Yes! 10! The Russian does 10 points!
As expected, Jimmy and the crowd could not hold themselves back. Anne definitely loves spilling the tea when she's with Kimmel, because that man gets to hear a lot about her awkward stories. A very famous one is the time when the media made it seem as if Anne was about to drown.
Did you almost drown or something?
well, it depends on who you ask.
Okay.
If you ask anybody who was there, they'd say no, but if you ask, like, the media, they'd be like, yes! She did!
She did.
Oh my
She almost
God! The
drowned.
oxygen tanks had to be brought out. And,
I love that the media sings.
The media has that voice in my
Yeah,
head,
they really
by the way.
sing.
However, the star had a different version of the story, which somehow managed to be even funnier than what the media photos suggested.
And so then I see my
You're just swimming in one spot, like just
yes,
not doing anything?
basically. And so
What
then
kind
I
of
see my
stroke is
husband.
this?
Maybe that's why I couldn't
That's
get
probably
in.
why, yeah, you're probably swimming wrong.
Why are we moving?
Why am
I don't
not-
understand.
I can't swim out of here. What? Honey, help me, I
This
can't
is doing
swim. It's like,
nothing.
that's not swimming, honey. Yeah.
She was basically trying to tell the man helping her not to come closer, otherwise the media will make a thing of it.
See? And I'm just like, no, don't run out. There's photographers. You just made this so much more dramatic.
And he's like screaming like,
And he's
oh my
like,
God!
And he's like, my wife is dying. I'm like, I'm not dying. I just don't know how to
Look at me
communicate this to
swimming.
you.
Hello. Yeah.
And And it turns out that she was right all along. Funny how that works, isn't it? We're back to the Graham Norton show now, as we see Tom Hiddleston making a general statement about the older actors around him without realizing that Anne Hathaway is also there. Tom basically wanted to say how everyone sitting with him had inspired him when he was a child.
This is truly remarkable for me to be sitting on this sofa with these people who have inspired me from when I was very, very young.
But what he forgot was that Anne is actually younger to him. This made for an awkward moment, but she decided to play along with it by thanking Tom for the compliment.
Oh, you're welcome.
Dame Anne Hathaway.
This made everyone laugh, and it went on to show why Anne can be such a delight to have when on a talk show. Anne also has this ability to commit completely to the dumbest possible jokes. On the Ellen DeGeneres show, she convinced the entire audience to put clementines in their mouths.
It's cute. So if you kind of poke a hole in your clementine, what you're going to do is you're gonna like put it up to your teeth and put your mouth around it.
I already put mine.
You're all breathing in.
Wait, I have to put mine back together. I took it
If
apart.
you took yours apart, don't worry, it still works. You just hold it together.
Okay.
Okay, so breathe in.
All right.
Okay, and then breathe out. Still doing it. Right, regulates your breathing. Now, you do a sort of, it's not quite an ujjayi breath, but in the back of your throat, you go.
As part of a fake meditation exercise she completely invented on the spot. She even called it Clementine, which should have been the first hint that she was messing around. Even so, everyone actually followed along seriously while Anne struggled not to laugh.
Can you guys do it? And then you breathe out.
Then she finally admitted, "I made the whole thing up,"
That's impossible. I made the whole thing up.
before telling people not to put random objects in their mouths just because celebrities tell them to.
The takeaway of this is do not put something in your mouth just because a celebrity tells you to.
Yup, she sure loves her pranks. Now we have the Kelly Clarkson show, where Anne shared a genius hack with regard to eating a very popular dessert item. Yes, I'm talking about the cupcake story, which somehow became one of Anne's most famous interview moments. She revealed that she eats cupcakes by pulling off the bottom half and turning it into a sandwich so frosting doesn't get all over her face.
You take the top
Oh,
and you pull it apart and then you flip it.
you like a whoopie pie almost, like you
And
make
then
it
you
to where
have
it's
a
like
sandwich and you don't get frosting up your nose.
Kelly Clarkson was simply amazed, and she reacted as if she'd just revealed forbidden knowledge.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know, I've never seen anyone do this, but it reminds me of like how whoopie pies are.
The crazy thing about this is that the moment went super viral and people actually started posting TikToks and YouTube videos about it. The main short from Kelly's YouTube channel alone has over 165 million views. Anne also loves to mess around with folks once she feels like having some fun. In an interview with Chris Van Vliet, they were both discussing her role as Selina Kyle, aka Catwoman, for Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight Rises.
How much
Thank you.
weight have you lost to get into this shape right now?
Chris asked her how much weight she had to lose to fit into the latex Catwoman suit, so Anne made it known that he was a forward young man for asking that question.
You did not just ask me that
I'm just saying,
question.
you're like,
What a forward
whoa.
young man you are. My goodness.
Of course, Chris immediately apologized for offending her.
How
sorry.
much weight?
I'm not saying you needed to lose weight. I'm just saying that you look.
I've worked very hard to become Selina Kyle.
I know you have. Mm-hmm. All right, thank you very much. I'm sorry if I offended.
But then, Anne just shook hands and said she was messing with him, which must have been a huge relief for Chris.
You didn't at all. I'm just messing with you.
Also, Anne was actually going to use an F-bomb, but she managed to say, "messing with you," just in time. In hindsight, some fans even speculated that she might have been flirting with Chris, but 14 years have passed since then, so bro lost his chance.
They both erupted into some uncontrollable laughter, and it didn't stop there.
That is my Facebook update.
And for our final clip, we're blessing your feed with Anne Hathaway just laughing away with Jon Stewart over God knows what. I think it started off with some joke about a friend randomly getting into a coma, and things just went crazy after that.
They hadn't spoken for 6 months, and then he gets hit by a car and is in a coma.
Both Anne and Jon simply could not stop laughing no matter how hard they tried.
starts. And there's music.
No, I'm sorry.
And there's a really great guy.
And this became a viral clip almost instantly. So there you have it. Please like, share, and subscribe for more candid content. See you soon.